All right, now we're going to be moving on further into our unit on matter. We talked about the different states of matter, which are solids, liquids, gases. We are going to be talking about the properties of matter. Now, if you remember when we talked about minerals, we talked about properties of minerals, ways to describe or classify minerals. We are doing the same exact thing with the properties of matter, ways to describe and classify matter. There are 6 things that we're going to be talking about today, and it will be mass, the physical state, which is the state of matter, which is what we were talking about yesterday, the magnetic, which we mentioned when we were talking about minerals, conductivity, solubility, and relative density we're going to be talking about today. So this is our notes. It is number 5, and we are going to start filling it out after you clue it in. All right, when we're talking about mass, we are talking about either mass or volume, okay? So volume is how much space something takes up. How much matter an object has. How much matter an object has is, see if I can get a darker pen here, mass. We can also talk about, let's see here, to determine mass, place an object on a balance. We talked about this when we talked about our different tools at the beginning of the year, and record the mass in grams. We always use the metric system when we're talking about science. Physical state, we talked about the physical state. The solid is, when we looked at the states of matter, you can look at that in detail. This maintains its shape. Liquid makes a puddle. And a gas can float away. And if we want to know all the specifics on each of those, then you would look at the state of matter notes that we did yesterday. Also, for magnetic, use a magnet to determine if an object is magnetic. If it sticks to the magnet, it's magnetic. If it doesn't stick, it's not magnetic. Pretty simple there. Zoom on out so you can see what I wrote. So if you use a magnet to determine if the object is magnetic, it sticks to the magnet, it is magnetic. If it does not stick, it is not magnetic. Now the word conductivity, is it electrical or thermal? Conductivity is if it conducts heat or electricity. If heat or electricity flows through it, means it allows heat or electricity to pass through it. If it passes through, it's a conductor. If it stops the flow of heat or electricity, it is called an insulator. And we'll get more details of that when we get into energy and electricity. Okay, our next one is solubility. Trying to zoom, there we go. Solubility is, does it dissolve in water? Like salt or sugar? And then relative density is, does it sink or float in water? If it floats, it's less dense. If it sinks, it's more dense than water. Okay, there are some other things that we use to classify our classifying properties of matter. We could use color. We can use texture. We can use odor, size, volume, and temperature. So these are the notes on classifying properties of matter. There you go.